So many people just give up right after a red day, right after they get that disillusionment that sets in and they realize the stock market isn't just infinite money. Oh man, it's not. Wow. This is harder, and they just stop. And usually they don't realize it like that. I mean, that's what's happening. But this is more like what actually happens. Okay, on a green day, they get in. Let's say they get in yesterday, right? First day of the stock market yesterday. A lot of people probably had this happen, or at least new people in the stock market. They invest in Bionano yesterday or on Friday, last Friday, right? Green day, we like the stonk, right? It's good. I like it. This is easy. Stocks are good. This is for me. On a red day, company sucks, it's going to zero, my puts are printing, selling pressure, baby. There's a reason why be greedy when those are fearful. There's a reason why that's one of the most famous sayings in investing in history. And there's a reason why it's going to continue to be, or at least that fundamental message. There's a reason why, and it's mostly because people that don't make money in the stock market are the people who care if it's a red day or a green day, and they are the exact same people that don't understand that the stock price is not the company. Now, it is absolutely insane and laughable that we have people, and especially the sentiment on our stream today, and the Weeble comments and just everything. Everyone is so bearish now. We got one red day after 2 green days in a row, after going up from 430, after getting so much great news, new chief commercial officer, new chief business officer, more sales, hirings, we got a nano-nozzle evidence. We got earnings coming out. We're getting closer to earnings, quarter to earnings coming out every single day. We're getting closer. Mid-August is when it's likely going to happen. More presentations happening, more institutional ownership. The short interest just rises and can likely explain why we're not at $8 and closing above $8 every day. That can likely explain it. Yet everybody wants to sit here and complain and say, I'm done. This company sucks. I'm giving up. I'm quitting stocks. That's what these people are saying, and that's what they're about to do. And I want to tell a story about why, and trying to kind of give you the other side of the coin and tell you a story about what happened on the first time that a lot of people, well, I mean, it wasn't the first time, but the most present and important example that I can tell you that people did a similar thing, which was quitting stocks because the stock is down and it's not for you. Of course, do your own damn research. Always do your own research and determine if the stock market is for you. But I want to tell a story about May 13th right here, okay? You may be familiar with the person on the channel called Robbie Smith, right? If you're an OG, you definitely know who it is. And this was a person who was saying, along with Dr. Pepper and several others, that this is a horrible company, this is a trash company, this is going to $2, just short it, just buy puts, you might as well, it's going to zero, okay? That was on May 13th. Now, I'm sure you think I'm sure you think you know what I'm going to say. Oh, they were wrong. You were right. Okay, Brandon, enough bragging. What do you actually want to tell me that I didn't know before? I want to tell you this. It's a lot easier in hindsight to say, oh, yeah, I should have listened to Brandon and bought the dip at 430. In actuality, it's a lot harder to buy the dip, okay? When we were going down every day, do you know how many messages I got? How many private messages? I got a few private messages of people telling me they are done and they just can't take it anymore. They said, I wish you luck. I hope Bionano does well. I can't take it anymore. There was one person, I swear to God, sent me a message. They sold out literally the day before we went up like a 10% day. I mean, the day before. And I want to stress the importance of understanding what you're investing in and knowing what the hell you are doing. Now, what are these people doing today? The same exact people that said sell now at 430 and buy puts and buy shorts with them, and get obliterated, right? And get obliterated on the uptrend where we're going up 70%. The same people that did that are saying the exact same thing right now. They recognize that right now the sentiment is like not that great. The sentiment over the weekend was very high for Bionano, very bullish. Now that we opened up at 10% of the pre-market and we just slowly bled, and we opened up green today and we slowly bled, they're taking it. They want to take advantage of this opportunity and get some people to sell, because at the end of the day, it's in their best interest to get people to sell. There's always, no matter what stock, even Tesla, even Bitcoin, even every stock that's gone up 1,000%, 10,000%, 100%. Every single pullback, there's always somebody that says, sell now. This shit is horrible. This company's going to zero. Bitcoin's going to zero, right? Do you remember that? Bitcoin's going to zero. Did it go to zero? No. Am I saying for that reason Bionano is not going to go to zero? No, I'm just saying do your own research and understand what you're doing, and understand that the bears want you to sell, and they don't want you to make money. They don't have your best interest. You're the only one that has your best interest. Remember that, okay? No matter whoever sells you, they have your best interest. You know, your family, whatever. Okay, your family's great, of course. Okay, make your own opinions, I guess. But at the end of the day, you got to make your own decision. Okay, don't let the bears influence your decision making by, you know, when they say, you know, the dumb shit that they say, right? Oh, offering coming, baby, offering coming, right? No, we didn't get an offering at 15. We didn't get an offering at $9. Why do you think we're going to get an offering now? So anyways, with that being said, right, and now that we got the dark and depressing stuff out of the way, right, with so many people saying they're quitting stocks, they're done, they can't take anymore. Now, hopefully you took something from it. Now, I want to go over the news for the day, right? So you got a couple different big things today. Number one is going to be the short interest, almost 20% of the free flow currently sold short, increase about 2.5% on the day. This is the last Ortex data that we actually saw. This is a couple hours. This is like 5 hours ago. Okay, this update. Bad form has not sent another update right now, so we're also going to go over the short share availability and the short borrow fee rate, especially on Fintel, because these are obviously updated to the minute. But yes, the short interest is increasing. This can likely explain some stuff. I want to explain short squeeze chances with a short interest that is higher than it's been in literally months. Now, I know I've been saying this for a while, but you cannot deny that it's super fucking high. All right, next up, I also want to say I also want to go over the thread that they posted for the FSHD presentation. There is a little bit of a cool thing that happened there, and a new job listing, baby. Global Channel Manager, right? 12 hours ago. This is new. There's some responsibilities here, and there's not anything crazy here, but I want to go over what this means for the overarching business. And we've got an interesting reference to Saphyr whole genome test available by Histogenetics. Now, I wish there was a date on this. This person obviously posted this today, but if you actually click on the link, there's no date to when they did this. So I don't know if this is new or not, like super new or not that super new, but this is actually really big news. Maybe at least. Also, we have another filing, an NP filing by Investco, DWA Healthcare Momentum ETF. We have another filing right there I want to go over, and we have this thing is actually that right there. And of course, I want to go over the price action and my positions and my current portfolio. And I want to start out with the short interest data. The fact of the matter is, this is an insanely high short interest, and if this keeps going up, something's got to give. I mean, you're getting an annualized 17% borrow fee rate. 17%, that's extremely freaking high, man. It's not fundamentally coherent to be a short and be like, okay, I'm going to hold this short share for years, for months even. It's just not, it doesn't make sense. So these guys will cover, and I honestly think the bigger this goes, even if we're not going to get a squeeze, the bigger this goes, the more the price is suppressed, and the more the price is going to, and the bigger the rebound is going to be when we get that correction, the upwards direction, right? Why are we down today, Brandon? You said this is going to moon. You know, so many people, oh, Brandon, they assume that because we're down 1% on the day or 2%, what are we down today? 1.5%, 2.5%? 2.5% today. They assume my $100 price target in 7 years, 3 to 7 years, is just going to be totally wrong. It's like, I don't know if you understand that the stop price is not the company. The fundamental increases in value of the company sometimes are not reflected instantly, or even in a while, in a couple months sometimes, in the stop price. That's as simple as it gets. Now, short interest data here. It's bullish. It's bullish, all right? Even if the shorts get what they want, they're going to have to cover. And as long as they don't freaking manipulate this shit and spin and spread the FUD so much that they're actually able to get a ton of people to sell, this is good news, okay? The short interest data is good news, and it's great to know that we're only down 2.5% today when the short interest is up a good amount. And yesterday we're green even though the short interest is increasing, right? You know the shorts are trying everything they can to send it lower, and they're not doing that great of a job. Next up, the FSHD webinar, baby. All right, so this thing, there's nothing new here except the very last thing is concluded that 100% precision, sensitivity, yada yada. They developed an assay, a way of looking at things, of measuring things, a scientific method of analyzing something. Essentially, is what an assay is, to my rudimentary understanding. And I am not a scientist. Remember, they developed using Bionano's OGM was a resounding success. Their assay is now being implemented for clinical testing at this hospital. That's beauty, and you love to see this. This job listing here, I'm not going to really talk about this because it's not as exciting as most of them are, but this is just more business expansion. And if you make the assumption, the very conservative assumption that the freaking hiring management and the HR team at Bionano, if you assume that they are somewhat competent, you can assume that this means business expansion. Simple as it gets. Now, next up, I want to go over the interesting reference to Saphyr, right? So if you go right here, Histogenetics is currently applying advances in genomic technology such as the Pacbio, SQL, and Bionano Saphyr platforms for analysis of whole genome by sequencing and optical mapping, respectively. This will enable us to determine the complex genetic regions and structural variations that could be the basis for health and diseases. Now, this is the big sentence right here. This new information will lay the foundation for precision medicine, my friends. That's a big market for us, and you love to see that the Saphyr is being used more and more with other products by itself, complementary, research and development, diagnosis, prognosis, whatever it is, gene editing, genome mapping, whatever. Okay, technically it's always mapping a genome, right? But you know what I mean. Okay, you like to see it, and I don't know. If somebody, please feel free to tell me when the exact date is here, right? The only date that I can find on this entire thing is 2021, and that's it. I wish we knew when they actually started using the Saphyr, because we may be able to confirm, or at least to the best of our ability, confirm another Saphyr sale in Q2, further increasing the likelihood of my projection, which is 4 to 4.3 million for Q2, which is way higher than the 3.608 million revenue estimate that Chartmill is projecting right now. So that's great, right? That's amazing. Okay, does price action care about this shit? No, they don't. No, they don't care. Okay, they don't do the research like we do. All right, 3.5 million shares bought today. This is not today. Okay, this is new filing today. I always say today. This is an NP filing by Investco, 3.5 million shares. Now, it's a little bit confusing because their average share price is $3, and their effective date is the 30th of April. And you may be wondering, Brandon, we didn't hit $3.68 on April 30th. How do they have an average share price? And if you're wondering that, I am as well. The only explanation is Fintel is being stupid again, and either the date or the average share price is wrong. They've done this before. Remember, they had a $22 average share price for these guys, I think it was, and they obviously corrected that down to $6. So maybe they're about to correct this up to whatever it was on April 30th. But it's good, right? The institutional ownership increased by about 1% today, and I have not even seen anybody really talking about this besides in the very morning, right? No one even has heard about this, I guess, but it's good, okay? Is it that big of a deal? No, not really, but this is a bigger deal, right? The fact is way more institutions are betting on it going up than down, and this is the same thing for many stocks, but it's much better than institutions having a lower percent owned, right? You like to see it, and this is honestly, I don't think this is that big. Hey, you guys know I don't really like institutional ownership as an important metric compared to anything else, essentially, but I mean, it's fine, but as far as what other people think, the other people will likely care about this more than I do. So therefore, I care about it because those other people, they affect the stock price a lot, right? So this is good to see. As far as the price action today, I'm going to keep it a little bit short for you today. Okay, so basically we did break down below the ascending support, and now we basically kind of confirmed that as a resistance level. Now, I wouldn't really freak out about this because, we confirmed the breakdown before, and we broke out like a few days later, right? So it's like the sell signal was right here, and then that was a full sell signal. So it's like, Also, 4 hourly, you're getting more oversold. That's not looking bad. The daily, you're actually in bullish territory, and we went way up today, which is interesting because the daily stochastic indicator has just been very off since right here. This was its last good signal, and then it's just been awful since then. But before that, the daily stochastic indicator has been very, very good at predicting the tops. So, right now it's projecting, this is a buy signal. We're in bullish territory. We're not even at neutral yet. We've got room to go. So I like that. What I also like is that we're above the 21 SMA and that we close the day above that. We did get rejected perfectly at 820. Again, we are in bullish territory though on the SAR. Not on the SAR. On the SAR, we're bearish on the daily, but on the Supertrend, which is the one that matters a little bit more, at least a little bit more, I would say, in my opinion. In this scenario, yes, it definitely does, because macroscopically, we're making higher highs, higher lows. We're in bullish territory there. And on the 4 hourly, right, the other two SAR and Supertrend indicators that we like to look at, you're getting conflicting indicators, right? So the Supertrend is bullish on both of them. The SAR is bearish on both of them. So it's like, what the heck is this? It's 2 and 2. So you could say we're indecisive, right? We really haven't had any decisive price action since June 8th, right? So for 20 days, we haven't really had a decisive way, right? We've just been trading between $7 and $8, literally, in which that's fine, right? Consolidation in a bullish trend when the prior move was higher, which it obviously was, is bullish, as bullish as it gets. Essentially, okay? Make your own decisions, but that's bullish. Objectively, that's bullish. That is what I'm going to leave you with, all right? I'll also look at the RSI, right? You're looking neutral on the 4 hourly, and you're looking neutral on the daily as well, so there's nothing really to say there. There's other indicators that we can go over, and I can do a full technical analysis. If you guys want me to do full technical analysis, like look at every single indicator possibly and be like 20 minutes long by itself, I could do that. Let me know, but I don't think people really care about the technicals as much as the news and the fundamentals and the digging that we do that you don't get anywhere else. So anyways, that being said, I'll show you the portfolio. There it is. It's not okay, I did buy 6 AMC shares today. Yes, I bought AMC. Am I a heretic? No, I didn't sell any BNGO shares. Don't kill me, okay? It's literally just fun money. It's play money. It's a trade, okay? So, so don't kill me. And I actually want this to dip to 54 so I can actually add another 10 shares. With that being said, BNGO is 99.9999% of the portfolio. It will be 100% again, probably very soon. With that being said, thank you all so much. It's not financial advice. I will see you all in the next one.